Oh, what the heck is wrong with that? Can you believe that? Where's my song information? There it is. There we go. I don't remember this being stuff. I like it to get a little bit bigger. But filters, limit the width. Yeah. That looks good. Close. All right. What's up, everybody? I might even just take my picture off, but it'll be all right. Obviously, a lot of people aren't here right now, so I can explain a little bit. I haven't been on this game much. I took a little bit of a break. Not much of one, but a little bit. To play a couple other games. I need to reset, you know? And it's not that this game isn't fun. It's just I needed something else. Something a little different pace, a little different competitiveness. I'm a competitive person by nature. I mean, you wouldn't tell it by my hair. Oh my God. I need to get me a hat. I can't get me a haircut. I need to get a hat. Oh my goodness. Well, all right. So last time I think we ended up with, we got our 2 bottom rods. We were fishing with that. We were starting to do a little bit of spin fishing. Well, we got a couple lures that, and I got 104. So we decided we were going to get the better bottom fishing rig. All right, so we're going to save up 50 more silver to get a bottom fishing rig. Now, that being said, I think the best option is to go back here. We could go to Mosquito. Again, this is where you start really getting a little bit of an opening. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to do spin fishing? Do spin fishing. If you want to do float fishing, do float fishing. If you want to do bottom fishing, do bottom fishing. If you want to do bottom fishing, choose what you want to catch. All that. I'm just looking at the silver grind at the moment, and again, this way isn't necessarily the best. There's always a different one. I could easily just show up to Mosquito and get in the right place there and catch brim non-stop. Granted, with my gear, it'd be a little bit ropey. You really want to get those bigger brim to bring in any silver. But those bigger brim can be 2 kilos. That's a maximum of what your gear is rated for, and they can swim, so they have even more weight. So that being said, let's give them some roach mix again. And we're gonna aim directly at that 2, which I think is right at this bush. Go. More roach mix. And let's go the furry. Let's see if we can get anything back here in this pond. We should be able to get a perch or two. Now we're leaving those limp right now, or they're not tight. I think, personally, it doesn't really matter. All right, nothing bit over there. We'll throw it over here. I am not the world's biggest expert in spin fishing. I know that where it works and where it doesn't at times, but I'm not the biggest expert in it. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to swap this over to a float here just shortly. Bait fishing is just so much more consistent, in my opinion. You'll have times where you go to the right place and you're in the right area and you're going to get more and more bites. But, oh, I guess because I need to hear these things, I need to put my headphones on. I'm going to do that. Now. Headphones are on. I can hear now. Going and do this. You can tell number one rod is already on. Got something. Let's see. Let's get some maggots in there. And because these other two are bottom rigs, they're what you would call passive fishing. Now that we got a float rod out, it's going to take the place of the spin fishing. So it's going to be our active one, which is why we're holding it in our hand. Although it looks like number 2 rod is on, like solidly. I missed it. I'm gonna throw this out and go grab that number 2 rod. It's a little roughy. That's always nice. Okay, well, we might need to switch to just bloodworms, because apparently bloodworms is what they're biting on. Okay, remember, we can go up to the red. All right. That seems to have... Now, the float went down. Normally I'd switch over, but since we're on a fish already, we don't want to take the chance on losing the fish, especially knowing that this is going to be a decent sized fish anyway. On a bloodworm, it's unlikely to be common carp, but this could easily be like a good size crucian. Pulling this hard is going to be a little bit questionable, whether it's going to be a trophy roach or not, but it could be. But the good thing is like just like before, we have him kind of pinned in this side. Okay, now he's coming up, lifting the rod, kind of pulls him up out of the water. Let's kind of take a look to see if we can see up before. It is tench. Okay. It's a nice little tench. 1.1 kilo tench. I think I'd been under like 3 or 4 times. I'm pretty sure he'd done all but got the bait off. We only have 11 of these maggots anyway. Is it a bleak? It is a bleak. A little bleak, but it is a bleak. As you can tell, this spot seems to be really active on maggots and bloodworms. That means it's mostly smaller fish here. I think that tench was going to be a fluke, pretty much. It was an accident, should I say. With low skill in your telesticks, you're going to have that a lot, where you overthrow it. Now later in the game, you'll get fluorocarbon, and you'll get line that's specifically meant for this or making leaders. I saw that coming up. I was too busy. That's exactly where I wanted to put it. No, we're level 10. Okay. I put it the wrong in here. Update that. Here. Turn this back on. There we go. I should have the second episode of this tutorial up on YouTube this week. Or not this week, today. I know that there's probably nobody hearing this right now, but just in case, I'll repeat it many times today. Oh, okay. Nice little gibble carp. Well, I had no intention of actually pulling that all the way in. But sometimes things don't go to plan. Yeah, see, I hadn't even tightened that one up and it's got a fish on. Oh, we are getting some good bites on these bloodworms. Oh, good roach. All right. That's kind of the stuff you got to look for. Like, if you notice, you got these. We've got 2 different types of bait out, right? Or do we have 3? We got 3 different types of bait out, right? What is this one on? This one's on red. We got 3 different types of bait. We're getting bites on all 3, but we're getting a lot of hits on that bloodworm. So one thing we can do is just switch to bloodworm. And we were getting okay bites at that depth. But we are also getting bleak, and we know bleak, just from previous knowledge, that they like to bite really, really high up in the water source. Now, eventually, hopefully, I'll go into a, hey, Whiskey, thank you for the lurk. Eventually, we'll get into tutorials based on the type of fish and what they like as for generalized. But you got to be really... I got to get these out first before I worry about it. Because... just because somebody says that they bite like this, on this way, and in this place, doesn't mean that they will always be that way, or that that's the only time you can get them. As we saw last time, we got that common carp back here on a red worm. We're unwinding. A common carp is about as rare as a golden tench. And if you caught one of those, you know about how rare that is. All right, number one is on. When you see the, even if you don't hear the bells ringing, if you see the line swipe from one side to the other, that means the fish is on. You can go on and grab it at that point. We're actually going to move this closer. Again, we're trying to get those bleak. We're getting a little tap on both rods. If you can look, you can't hear it, obviously. And I don't even know if I've got, I should have game sounds coming over through, but just in case you don't, you may or may not be able to hear the bells. But the bells are not the defining factor. Oh, we got another good sized fish here. Going to start lifting the rod. We don't have a big pond to work with. If we have to, we can outrun him out the mouth of this thing. They're not going to outswim it, I don't think. A little upward pressure on most of these fish, regardless of their, if they're in the smaller size category, they're probably going to be okay to lift the rod, get them pulled up out of the water. Once they're out of the water, you just got to make sure to keep reeling. I don't think that these are pike, so you can really put a little bit of force into it. Pike are the one fish in the game. There's a couple of them that can bite you off, but they're the ones that consistently do it. And the thing is, they bite. If you're on spin tackle, absolutely be worried about it, especially here. I don't know what this is. This might be another little common carp. I don't think so, but it's on bloodworm. All right, see how we outran it, and now it's turning around and it's going the other way. Now we know from fighting that common carp that there's nowhere for it to go now. All we really got to do is hold tension on it, and eventually it will come back. I'm gonna drink us a little tea. Not that we're getting low on energy, but because we are lifting the rod a lot. All right, I'm lowering the rod. I'm not hitting the right mouse button anymore. Now you can, if you want to get some upward pressure, you can look up, and that doesn't drain your energy as fast. If you use the right mouse button, it's going to drain your energy quickly. Not quickly, but more quickly. Sometimes it's better to put horizontal force on them. When you start fishing for carp, this is what you're going to do. You're going to look to the side, and as the fish is pulling away, it's got to pull against the rod. Now, feeder rods don't really have a lot of backbone to them, so you're not going to actually put a lot of force on them just by turning it, but it will keep some tension. This tension here, mostly from the line itself. Hey, Clockwise, how you doing? I saw you popped in for a minute yesterday. I'm guessing that game wasn't really your cup of tea. Either that or Salty came on, you had to go see him. No, Salty took off yesterday. Anyway, I'm doing good. Recording this video again. You went to bed. Okay, that's no problem. That's why I didn't call you out or call you any names or anything. All right, we got our second big fish back here in this little pond here. Not today. Last time we had a 6.6 common. Back here in this little pond. Here we are on the pre-starter rod. It tried to lose it for us, didn't it? This might be another little comment. I hate to say it. I'm hoping it's something else. I have seen it and I've debated it, but I really don't want to buy another game right now. It does look like my type of game. That's what's really terrible about it. It's a popular game, and it's a game that I think I would like a lot. But it's $20, and I've already kind of $20'd myself out. I bought Eco recently, and it was $30, and that was really the end of my spending money. Yeah, I understand. Whiskey Ace. That's where everybody's been. How you doing, Whiskey? With no E. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? We are pulling in this little fish. 11's, good morning to you. Oh, it's a tench. Oh, here's the problem with not getting a net early again. We do have a decent fish here. All right, keep coming, keep coming. Don't break, don't break, don't break. So, just in case you're wondering, guys, if you break a fish off on land, you cannot pick it up. Hopefully, there we go. Ooh-wee, 2.5 kilo tench. That's why it took so long. You just did a Tunguska trophy comp. Yeah. There's always somebody that's really good at those things jumps in. I just love it when they're like, oh yeah, the streamers get all the luck and all that. Not once have I been in a competition and gotten more luck than somebody else. I think I've only won maybe one competition that I ran. Stupid. There we go. But as all in all, guys, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all gonna have a fantastic time while you're here. I hope you had a great time over in Whiskey's stream. I'm sure your stream was great. It always is. Yeah, I figured that's the only reason you stop is when you gotta eat. So. All right, buddy, you have a good one. I'll try and keep them entertained for a little bit. So guys, if you don't know, this project that I'm working on, it's a tutorial for the very first little piece of the game. We're gonna try and wrap it up today, but I just don't know if it's gonna happen. Once you hit 10, it really slows down a lot, and I forgot all about it. I thought the slowdown happened around 14. Now, what we really want to do is get to 12 before this tutorial's ended, and I can't throw this rod for anything. You know, that's just gonna have to do. Hey, Mirror Man, how you doing? So for a level 10 account, this is that's a pretty good keep net, to be completely honest with you. A 1.13 tench and a basically 2.5 kilo tench. You've been playing for 4 days? Well, then you're right on par with where we're at. Level 12 now. Okay, well, good. This is literally the 4th day of this series. I don't think there's anything in the first video that would help you out any, but I do have the first video up on YouTube. Same name as here, Big Joe Nobody. I haven't set up a link yet. But if you go check it out, that's where I'll be posting all of it. It was a gudgeon. You got your first trophy and first weekly record. Nice. Hey, those at this low levels, a trophy gudgeon is worth a lot of silver. I think it's what, like 7 or 8 silver, maybe even more than that. It might be 10 or 12. Yeah, I get that it's not a trophy mirror carp. 17? There you go. I get that it's not a, you know, mirror carp or an Atlantic salmon or something like that, but hey, you got to take what you get. And I gotta say, at a level 12, that's not a bad bit of silver. That's one of the reasons we're over here at Winding, is because I think that it's the best place to get stuff like that. Oh, don't worry, you'll get plenty more. Once you get up to a certain level, gudgeon, like, you'll get trophies of them when you're fishing for other stuff pretty regularly. Just like trophy roach, trophy gibbles and crucians, and when they're no longer a problem to get, you'll get a bunch more. I'm at Winding. We're back here in the pond. Last time we pulled in a 6.6 kilo common carp on a Spark and a Comfort SD, which is a 2.2 kilo setup. And we don't have a net, so you got a gibble here? Okay. Yeah, to tell you the truth, if I was level 12, over to the left, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, by the reeds. I would be going over there, but really, what I'm trying to get is bleak. By the reeds and lily, but yeah, that's an old spot. It's nice to see that it's coming back around again. Oh. There's just another little bleak. But for those of you who haven't been following along, the reason we're going for bleak right now is because our gear isn't very good, and we can get a lot of bleak quickly if they're biting. So we don't really have the best gear for it. We can't use fluorocarbon line. We can't use like the top rated hooks or anything like that. But yeah, bleak is good silver if you can get a bite rate. And if you can't, you end up catching other stuff that is decent at this level, such as roach and gibble carp and stuff like that. I'm gonna go in and reel this in, and yeah, we got a ghost snag again. I don't suggest people do that quickly unless you have experience. If you have a snag like that, a ghost snag, it's okay to go on and lock the reel and then pull it up out of it, but you don't want to accidentally lock the reel and have a fish on. I have to look. I don't want to say this before us. Okay, so there are catfish here. So if you accidentally, you're like, oh, well, it's not really pulling that fast, it's got to be a catfish. No, it can be a ghost snag, but just because it is pulling back, or it looks like it's pulling back, doesn't mean it actually is if you're reeling. And if it is a catfish and you lock that reel, it's guaranteed something's going to break, whether it's your line, whatever your weakest point is, whether it's line, reel, leader, rod, and whatever's past that, you lose. There is no like getting your reel to reel in the fish just because your rod broke. I know you can do that in real life, but you cannot do that in the game. I have caught some monster fish in real life just by reeling the reel in and only having the reel. I have flies and they were working okay, but we were getting more consistent bites on bloodworms a little while ago. Now it's started to rain. It might be time to switch back. Maggots are also doing really well. I mean, optimally, right now, somebody that's actually in the game at this level will be like, hey, I want to go for, I don't know, like, white brim would be a good choice. You got your first frog on maggots in the pond this morning. Hey, there you go. Good job. And yeah, you can get frogs on maggots, bloodworms, flies. Basically everything you get a bleak on. See, this is looking more like a roach here. We're gonna let the bottom rig go for a little bit. Yeah, it's a roach. 500 gram, that's a good roach. That's gonna be like 1.5 silver. Wow. Hey, thank you for the follow, buddy. Really do appreciate it. For anybody that does want to do the trolling sounds and stuff, I do have the sound turned a little bit down. Only because of the state of what I'm recording right now. But yeah, I do RF4 Tuesdays and Thursdays at this time, guys. If you do want to check me out more often, I'd be much appreciative. Gear is one, okay. In what type of fishing? For the bottom rigs? Because you got to remember, I have the most basic gear. I see, there it goes clockwise. Disgusting. All right, for this one, I've got, we bought a new spark. We went on and got the 3000 because we could put it on this rod and it gives you a little bit more line. We only have a 2.1 kilo, but we went on and bought new line so that the better line, it helps a lot with fish not seeing it. The better line is usually thinner. Bells, we got a square feeder. I think it actually has feed in it, but because it's in the water, it doesn't show anymore. No leader, and a medium size 8 hook, which this should be a size 1, but I have them kind of swapped up at the moment so that we can try and get more bites. And a size 8 will get you pretty consistent tagged fish. A size 1 will get you almost all fish that you catch will be tagged. But you also limit yourself to the other types of fish. So now I can get roughies and stuff like that. I'm not saying you can't get a roughie on a size 1. I've done it. I've done it on a 4/0 hook. I've gotten a roughie. But it's, you know, obviously it's not normal. And at this point, I'd rather get roughies than I would brim. So kind of wish I could find get an old roughy spot that was working, or a dace spot that was giving me consistent dace or gudgeon or whatever. You can get them pretty much everywhere, but a good spot that's just working consistently. We'll drink a couple sips of tea and get that comfort up. Because it's raining, our comfort is in the pooper if you look down there in the bottom right or bottom left. Do we think that this is 50 silver? It might be 50 silver. I don't know. Got a little bit of bouncing on both the second rod here and the float, but obviously the float went down, but not all the way. Go and reset that. Obviously we were getting a bite there, so we want to kind of put it back in that spot. And another little common roach. It's untagged. That's the only problem, is you do get some. So untagged fish are basically your enemy all the time. They're less than half a silver. So therefore they don't pay hardly anything. Normally I'd just be culling them. After you get to places like Old Bird, if I'm fishing for brim, I'm culling anything that's not tagged. I'm just throwing them away. I think we're getting really close to 50 silver. Once we get to that 50 silver, what we're going to do is we're going to buy a starter rod kit for bottom or feeder fishing. And the reason we're going to go with that is because they've updated the actual package now. So for 150 silver, you do get that Lacerti 2 rod or reel and the Comfort FDs, or I think they're Comfort. I forget what they're called. The FD 360s. So they're like a 4.6 kilo setup, which means you really can start brim fishing with it. No, it's not bad for your level. There's a guy called Farm Boy that's around here every now and then. You might have seen him in different streams and such. He was notorious for taking those bottom rigs or those starter kits and going to catch catfish with them. You can do it. It's all about skill at that point. Well, skill and luck. And he'd do it just for fun, of course. He knew that it was a tough thing to do. But yeah, since they updated that kit, it's a lot better now. It used to be very, very, very questionable because I think it came with a spark reel instead. And when you added the stuff up, it really wasn't worth it. But yeah, I took a look at it and started adding up all the pieces. The reel itself is worth 100 silver. The rod is worth another 100, so there's already over your 200. And it's not the best reel or rod, but it is a 4000 series, so you get plenty of line on it. Yeah, it is over 200. And at this level, you're going to use it all, unless you already have better stuff. Like if you went out there and you're like, okay, I'm going to go buy a nice, because you can get a better rod, or you can get a decent reel for around that same price. But realistically, that Lacerti 2 is about where you're going to want to get right now. Oh, I think the rod is a 6 kilo rod, so you can even get a little bit of an upgrade later if you want to. But it's perfectly good to start getting into brim. And having that one available for brim or whatever. I mean, these tench would be that we've been catching would be so much easier with a 6 kilo setup or 4.5 kilo setup. Yeah, it's a nice little discount. If you're already past it, obviously don't get it. It's not worth it if you're above that level. There's no reason to buy a new one. If you can pull in, say, 150 silver in an hour, you don't need to buy that rod and reel. So you don't need to get that kit. Now, the Pro Kit, I haven't really priced out. The one that's like 700 silver, I haven't priced out. I don't think it's really worth it, but it's probably a discount, but it's probably not going to be the equipment that you get probably isn't that good. Which by that time you should know kind of what you want anyway. All right, we're gonna get us a couple more. We're gonna get to 30 fish, hopefully. Hey, first trophy. It's a bleak. That's gonna help with the silver grind. Oh, he got us another little 1.5, 2 kilo fish. Fish got away. The curse of bad hooks. Well, heck, the curse of all hooks at this point. Yeah, 11. See, that's the thing. Is will it help? Absolutely, but is it worth the investment? Probably not. If you were to get the starter kits and then the difference in price, you went and bought better rods and then, or better line and stuff like that, you'll probably be doing better off. Here's my number 30 fish. Is not tagged. Okay, we got, there we go. You got up to 650. You are killing it, bud. You don't need a... If you have 650 silver and you're still at winding, you don't need a tutorial. So, if you watch... When I get this all the way up, watch my... I don't know which episode it'll be, but I would say somewhere around 6th or 8th episode. And I'm probably going to make it all of its own episode. Is fighting that 6.6 common carp on this bottom rig. Like, I fully understand. Oh, nice cafe order. 21 silver for those 5. How difficult it can get at that low level. Ooh, 6 silver. I don't think that's a good one. Let's just go to the Gibble Carp by weight, and it was like 4 of them, right? 5.51. What was the... Okay, so it is just, I mean, absolutely. It's a little bit of silver. We're going to take it. It's fine. All right, and as you can see, that Bleak was almost 10 silver. Granted, it's not a lot of silver for these big guys. That Tench was 10 silver. Thank you for the follow, buddy. 11s. Tench by itself was 10 silver, and it's nowhere near a trophy, but that's the difference in types of fish and such. How's this tagged and it's under half a silver? I've been gypped twice. Hey, thank you, buddy. No problem. Like I said, all this should be available pretty soon on YouTube. The first episode is up. If you don't mind, guys, go check it out. Hit that subscribe button over there. I know the first one's not really much information on it. It's mostly just the, what do you call it? The tutorial and all. The next few should hopefully be better. What is in this pro kit? A Model 2. I know this float fishing. I'm not buying this, but 9.4 kilo. That's the Siberia Model 2. There's 675. Okay, so you still come out okay, I guess, but that just seems terrible. Hey, did it actually work? I didn't think I was using it. I didn't think I had a link to it yet. Oh, it is. Huh, there you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I said, there's not a whole lot on it. If you want to go laugh at me playing Call of Duty, you're welcome to. The Russian Fishing 4 one, like I said, I've got 1 episode up. It takes a lot for me to get time outside of the stream. So actually editing these things, that one I didn't even edit. I just kind of put together an intro and an outro and put it on there, and that's it. And the others will be a little more edited. All right, so let's go to kits. Like I said, we're looking at no, I'm sorry, I'm getting wrapped up in this stuff. For 45 silver. That's actually not, that's not a bad kit. Anyway, feeder start. Let's take a look at this. Fantasia Rod. These are actually really nice rods. And you jump up to a Element Pro. Okay. I don't know that it's worth 700 silver to me. But this one, I mean, the line is junk, right? The float, it's okay, you can use it. And it comes with the bells. That's always good. But this is what you're really buying, is these two pieces here. The hook's okay. You can work with it. 150. I don't think with 24 we can get a little bit better line. Now this monofilament white, we can't get it. It's 24 silver. Okay. I was looking at something on the lighter end, something you can go bleak fishing a little bit better. But if we wanted to get something a little bit stronger, let's say we have a 4.5 kilo reel now and a 6 kilo rod. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna upgrade this. So we're gonna go open this up. You click this button that says unpack. Unpack the kit, absolutely. Now it's on here, it's all together. I'm gonna move that rod. Comfort 360 here. Press V, opens up this setup. You can kind of see where everything is now. Like I said, we got this 4.8. Oh, this isn't 4.5 anymore. It's 4. Okay. Well, it's better than what we had. 5.2 kilo line. The rod is up to 6. The only thing you want to make sure of is that the line is weaker than the rod or the reel's mech. Now, there's no real easy way to look at the mech. You have to go to something like Kilted Jock's sheet. If you don't know what it is, I will be linking that in the description of the YouTube video. I think I forgot to do it in the first one, but it will be on all the rest of them. Let me look at that real quick. Not that I'm going to change it, it's just you have to be aware of what's there. Okay, there is no mech strength listed on here for the Lacertes. Oh well. Yeah, like I said, there's probably not a whole lot on there, but the only problem I found right now is I was just thinking maybe I should work on bait making. How close are we to harvesting baits? We got to make it to 20. Okay. So wet bread or potato cubes. How much are potatoes? I'm just wondering. All right, cool. Thank you, Whiskey. That was quick. That's 190 a piece, so that's probably not going to be what you want to grind with. Oh wait, the grocery store is right here. Where's the threaded loaves? 41 cents a piece. And we can't get but 3 of them, so we're not going to get one right now. We're not going to work on that. All right, so now we've got 3 good rods, 3 bottom rods. One's a lot better than the others. Here's where you start really having to make decisions on what's going to happen. I would suggest now maybe looking at brim or white brim, but you need something that you can get with night crawlers, or not night crawlers, with whatever the bait is that you have at the moment. So here's what I have. Now somebody gave me a bunch of semolina and a bunch of red worms. I'm thinking if we can catch it with semolina, let's do it. Let's just see real quick on the weekly records. Anything's just standing out that's biting on semolina. Doesn't look like it. Start with, no. Garlic and sweet dough, it looks like, yeah. They're catching on Oldberg, which unfortunately for us, we can't quite make it to Oldberg yet. Tench. Yeah, they're getting caught on boilies right now, apparently. Pellets and boilies. What else do they have here that's big? Alright, so Belia, they're catching them still. Don't get me wrong. I have sat there and fished for roughies at Belia, and I have gotten 250 silver in an hour on my main account. It does work. You do roughies at night and bleat during the day, and it is completely possible. What else can we catch here? Finding garlic and semolina, garlic dough. Gibbles and Crucian's belly. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so. It looks like that's what people have been kind of going for with this garlic dough and semolina. Let's see, what else do they have here? Oldberg and Mosquito got the frogs. And we could go to Mosquito. I have no problems going to Mosquito. I just, again, it's not the, because they changed everything, I don't know that much about it. Dude, Dace. Although off the bottom, I don't know how that's going to work out. I really don't know what's coming out. Whining rivulet. Yeah, we don't have any of these insects. Chub would be a good one for spinning if we had the money to buy new lures. Hey guys, quite honestly, I know I said this before. You can ask for, like, hey, does anybody have a spare, and name it, you know, what it is. It is fine to do that. Just don't go in here going like, somebody give me this. Somebody give me this. Don't just constantly ask for stuff. If you need one thing every now and then, fine. You can ask for it, especially if you're contributing to the community as it is. Going into the forums and or the discords and posting your catches, you know, stuff like that. By all means, ask away. But don't just always look for it. Don't make it the only reason you're in the chat. The old spinner works great for chub. Exactly, Belly. You know, and I've talked about this enough times on here. I don't need to go into it too much, but we got to make sure that the chat stays mainly about fishing and spots and stuff like that, without going too much into, hey, somebody give me this, somebody give me this, somebody give me this. And don't, I tell you what, if you private message someone and tell them to give you something, you are not going to get it. And if you do get it, I'm going to be mad at the person that gave it to you. So will most of the other streamers and other people that are in the community. It doesn't matter how you ask either. If you private message somebody and says, can you give me this? It's the same thing. You can put it in the general chat. Hey, I could really use this. Does anybody have some spare? That's a big difference. Intro. Welcome to my stream, bud. Yeah, so garlic dough, that's what we're really missing right now for going for brim on either here or at Mosquito. But one thing I do know that we can do is I think that this, I could be completely wrong about this, but I think that this spot is still going for what are those little gudgeons and roughies and stuff like that. I'm gonna put some roach mix. Gudgeon on bottom and dace on float right here. Okay. Yeah, I was using this for dace a while back. I'm gonna use those red worms. I didn't even set the clip on that one, so I don't know where it's at. But if we can get a consistent gudgeon bite, clip like 7 or 8, okay. If we can get a consistent gudgeon bite, then you know we've already shown that that will work. Oh, wrong one. Well, that roach just took off with it, didn't he? It's at 7. Oh well. All right, I want to move this one. Yeah, mussels would be great silver. That would be a bycatch of that too. I'm gonna put this one at 9. I know we have bloodworms on one of these, but we're gonna try and focus mainly on the red worms because we have so many of them. Yeah, so this spot here, that's what I was catching with it a couple weeks ago. I don't know how active it is now. You know, stuff changes week to week, sometimes day to day. And we don't have the best floats or line or anything, so. I'm gonna pull this number 1 up, mainly because it has the most annoying reel that we have. I could switch to the spark. It's on my spinning rod, but why not just let's float with some casters. We have plenty of casters, and let's go down to 40 centimeters. Let's see if them dace are still here. I know that they can be anywhere from 40 to 60 centimeters, so I don't know exactly where they're at. I know in real life, if you're at 40 and they're at 60, they're still coming up to 40 to bite. Or at least here in the US, that's how it is. Oh. was a little bite. Rod number 3 looks like it might have something on it. Nope. Yeah, I think the gudgeon should be biting, although that might be more of a nighttime bite. Days can be either one. I've had them bite really heavy at night, and I've had them bite really heavy in the day, but never both. Although it looks like I probably have the wrong depth right now. There's a roach. I'm not going to get too vexed if it's roaches that we catch, but... Oh, we're getting to the point where I'm running out of stuff to talk about, guys. I'm sorry. But this is usually when I resort to football talk. Football, aka soccer. There's a little Dace. For all of us Americans in the group. If you didn't know, my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I've swapped up. I'm no longer doing RF4 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wednesday and Friday I'm doing Football Manager 21. And on Monday I'm kind of changing it around. I'm doing both Eco, which is a great game. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And next week I'll be doing Rocket League, and I can tell you, Mac's absolutely terrible with Rocket League, but I got a couple subscribers that are wanting me to play with them, and it's not something that I don't have, so I figured, what the heck, I might as well jump on with them. Supposedly he's going to carry me, get me into some competitive matches that I'm nowhere near handling. So it should be fairly entertaining seeing me screw up. And like I said, I'm fairly competitive. We had some. I don't know if he left, or he or she, or whatever. I remember somebody said they're going to bed. I don't know if it was that person or not. I didn't even think about it. I'll have to look through the chat again. I've got some stuff on my main account. I can just send them if they're really low. I have several kits and stuff that I need to get rid of. Come on, bite it. I know you're already at the length. There it goes. I didn't think we were actually going to get that bite. Hey, it's 106 grams. And it's a perch. It's not a tagged perch. Oh, how do you pull tension on it and still not hook yourself? Oh, well, apparently something was on it. On one of these, I saw the fish swim away. Yeah, I've got 3 kits I've had sitting in my inventory for a long time to give away in my chat. And that's the problem, is there's not that many people that are that new coming into Twitch to look. Because let's be honest, whereas most Twitch streamers are going to know what to do, it's not really the best resource for young player. I could say young, let's say young in terms of low level, to come and get information just by watching. That's the whole reason that I'm trying to make this YouTube, is I'm trying to branch out to some of these people and let them know, hey, we can help you. If we're not doing it right now, we can swap over and we can show you what to do. Well, I feel fairly safe to say that 80 is the smallest tagged dace. 79 is not tagged and 82 is tagged. 80 grams must be that breakover point. Three is on. There we go. It's another little perch that's not tagged. That's not what I was wanting. There at the end, another little dace, I think. Yeah, 119 grams. That is perfect size. It's like 2 or 3 silver. Or not 2 or 3, I mean 1 or 2 silver. Oh, at this point, it looks like we're almost getting better bites on the downstream side of us. And I was late on that one. Number 3 rod is on. He's not pulling tension yet, but he's on. I'll leave it a little bit loose so he doesn't just run away. There we go. Enough to pull tension, but not enough to actually set the hook. Therefore, hopefully whatever it is still there. And 1, 2, 3. Nope. I'll tell you what. This is so much less consistent than I remember. And maybe it's because of the skill difference in the characters and all. But I could come here with my main account and I can almost guarantee you I'd have nearly a full sack by now. At least half of one. We're going to go a little bit lower. We're going to go to 50 centimeters. See how that goes. Again, from a tutorial standpoint, this is kind of learning it. There are ways you could just ask in the chat, hey, what spots are working? That wasn't a fish. That was just a bottoming out of the rig. So you see it's bouncing like that. That's not a fish. That's the bottom. That's the reason I didn't want to put it too deep. Obviously number 3 rod is on, so we need to go in and pick it up. Hey, now that's a tagged perch. That's worth it. Like I said, make sure you don't step into the water. Apparently, there are metrics to the game that if you step in the water, you scare away the fish. It's not really realistic, but hey. You might scare away some that are really, really close by, but you're not going to scare away ones in the middle of the river. And I've seen enough GoPro footage of people's legs to know that fish swim around your legs all the time. Again, this might be different in Russia than it is in US, but I find it hard to believe that fish are that much different. Alright, casters for some reason are not really, they're getting some good bites. No, believe it or not, or at least from my experience and from what I've seen intro, you could literally drop corn around you for, now I'll use a US example. I can watch bluegill feed around my legs. Now you might scare them initially, especially the smaller ones. Hey, Mighty Red, how you doing? See, but that's the thing, Mirror, is they advertise that this game has migration and stuff. It doesn't. It's all a spawn mechanic. At least that's my experience. So if you scare them off of 3 sides, they're just gone from those 3 sides. Have a sore knee. Oh man. Well, I hope it gets better. Yep, and I just walked in the water and I could hear it. I don't even know if I have game sounds turned on right now in my sound settings. But if you are playing and you hear yourself walking through the water, go on and reel in your rods and then throw them out again. Hey, there's another gudgeon. Who's in my driveway? No one. Okay. Little roach. I don't know why I'm still using bloodworms on here. I don't know. Mir, are you the one that said you were like level 14? Or 12 or 14, something like that? Fishing Angus, I didn't even... Oh man, I didn't even see that that's who said that. Welcome back to my stream, Fishing Angus. Hopefully you're still here for me to say that too. I'm really sorry. See a couple other big streamers around. Hope y'all are doing fine. Well, if Belly doesn't have something for you, Mirror Man, I've got some starter kits. If you'll message, type !IGN and just message me in game. Obviously, when I get onto that account, I'll send you some stuff that's appropriate for your level. Okay? Because I've had it in my inventory for a long time. No, they're just kits. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I've got a starter feeder kit, and if you don't want to use it, by all means, if you want to hang on to it, go to. You know, save it till you get premium and level 20, and give it to somebody else that you know that's starting out. We're starting to get a little bit of bite here in this afternoon. A perch. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but it'll work. I think the only problem is that right now all these perch are not tagged, so they're not going to bring hardly anything. Which means I want to move. There we go. Yeah, I know that this spot, traditionally, this is where you would get your mussels and stuff. I don't know that it's still there. It goes on and off. So if you're not gonna ask, it's a spot worth discussing and taking a look at if you want to just explore. The other spot is right here at the tip of that tip of the island. And one spot that I've always had pretty good success at is right here, throwing right up underneath this tree. Now I don't know when it's on and when it's off, because I obviously, once you get up to a certain level, you don't kind of fish these spots anymore, these water bodies as much. There are things to fish here and it's fun to come back, but you just don't do it as often. There we go. Now, this is where I caught my first trophy dace. But again, that's a long time ago. Spots move. There's a nice little dace. See if I can just throw it over this tree. Number 3 is definitely on. Hey, it's a little eyed. There's nothing wrong with catching an eyed from time to time, especially at this level. Now later you'll learn to hate them. But at this level, it's kind of like roach. Right now, roach is great. You know, if you can catch a bunch of roach, you're doing good. But later you're gonna wish you never met a roach. See if we can throw this out again. I probably messed it up when I first started. Let's try this. All right, number 3 is looking like it's going again. Number 2, I probably need to switch to redworms, because it looks like 3 is getting pretty consistent hits. Oh, come on. There's no way that got off. It did. We're going to switch this one to redworms. Since it's got the ground bait on it also, that should be okay. Actually, while we're fixing this, that extra ground bait is not going to hurt. Let's go on and turn the clip up to 10 like the other one. I think it's a 10. And as you can tell, the float, even though it's sitting there and it's pulled tight, we can still possibly get bites. Now we got a bleak on a caster. That's not extremely common, but it happens. It's even less common at 50 centimeters. That's weird, but again, it's all chances. There is no guaranteed, like this is the right place and the right time and the right, that's, if you want that, that's Fishing Planet. All right. Go to the right place, the right time, and get this specific fish. As long as you're using the right bait and all, you know, you're using all the right stuff, you're going to get this. This game's not necessarily that straightforward. Right, both the bottom rigs, as you can see, are getting hits. Those are probably roach, which is what we're, you know, kind of here for. We're going to cast this back out again. Okay, we got something on the bigger end of what this thing can handle. It's a brim. Yeah, this thing had been bouncing around and all that for a while. Oh well. Now, one thing, you should probably set your retrieval speed of these up to 50. That way when you're reeling in, it doesn't like try and bounce across the bottom. I often forget, so obviously it's not going to hurt you if you don't do it, but it does. It makes your life a lot easier when you have to reel it in to recast, or you want to change spots or whatever. Just put your reel speed to 50. When you're reeling fish in, it's automatic, so you don't have to worry about it. If you're getting fish, but if you're not getting fish, it does help out to keep it up off the bottom so you don't get snagged as easy. Whether it be a legitimate snag or a ghost snag, either one. But as I was saying before, yeah. Mighty, I hope your knee gets better. I got my phone connected right now to the computer. I'm gonna upload some of them videos pretty soon. I'm gonna add a section for youth football on my Discord. We're gonna have some videos of draft and some of draft's teammates posted up there, hopefully. Hey, it's a white eye brim. Too bad it's not a tagged white eye brim. Mainly because I don't know how you're supposed to catch them. That has been one of the mysteries to me, is the different types of brim. I don't know how to decipher between like what you're supposed to do for each one. Oh, come on, game. That was under. This spot here, it's also a good bleak spot usually. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna swap this up We're gonna go shallower. We're gonna go as shallow as we normally would for leak. We're gonna put a fly on. We're gonna bring it up in here. We're gonna see if we can get us a bleak. We got 9 flies to try with. Can we get this? I'd really like to get to level 11 at least. I was really hoping to get to level 12 today. Some of these episodes of the tutorial are going to get to being just like a let's plays almost, because I don't really have anything else to add. I added a little bit early on in this one. I guess one day I need to go out on the boat in Mosquito just to kind of go over the basic mechanics of trolling. But even then, I mean, how often does a new player need to go trolling? I mean, you need 2 spinning setups that are strong enough and have 2 lures that are, you know, working at the time. Oh, come on, that was solidly under. You've never been trolling. You're level 27. I think it's about time you get started trolling then, to be completely honest. Go get on some of them Atlantic salmon. Whoa. What the heck just happened? Oh, I didn't realize I was getting up that high. I forgot that we put that high level line on here. What is this, a little eyed? It is. It's a nice little eyed. Okay. And the bleaks are getting off again. Hey, it's a white eye brim and level 11. That'll be a nice little extra payday there. Always remember to say thank you to people when they congratulate you for leveling up. Again, one thing I think that this some people forget is this is still a game. Be nice to people. These are real people that are chatting and stuff. We have a great community here, and if you are new to the game, you have to learn to be that type of person. All right, intro. Let's see. Is a gold 80 and a super duty good enough for Atlantic salmon? I have used it. It's not the best, but a gold 80 actually. Wait a minute, gold 80. That's a 14 kilo, right? They're cross region, Mirror. 100%. If I think there's like Pooney's Rum Shack if you want to go in there with the pirate group. I think that's where Whiskey's at, is in Pooney's Rum Shack. There's also Blue Tag Gaming. Yeah, so if it's a 14 kilo, that's exactly. I have an alpha. I got several alphas. I honestly, I don't know which one whiskey is in, but he probably bounces between the two. But yeah, that gold 80 should be more than enough. To be completely honest, that gold 80 is good enough to do just about anything. Because it's on par with my alpha. It's in that same alpha, Narga, caliber. It's that range of real. Just know how to use it. I mean, it may not be the best for the job, but it'll be fine. I don't have Tagars. Skywarn, how you doing, bud? Welcome back. Went and bought Minecraft Java. All right, buddy. Well, I might have to start up a server for Minecraft. Eco, I still want to do that. By any means, if anybody has Eco and wants to play on a community server, let me know. I've already got a world started on it. I could use a couple people. But a Minecraft one, I think we're gonna do that. And what I'll do is, oh, nice, a white brim. Hold on, got a front door visitor. Yeah, no. As long as he leaves, okay. Sorry, somebody was at my front door. So I'm going to start over because I forget exactly where I was at. I've got ADD, guys. I'm sorry. So I'm playing Eco. I already have a world going up, and if you do have the game, let me know if you'd like to join in, because I really could use a couple more players at least on that world. And of course, it can get bigger and bigger and bigger. As for Minecraft, I think I'm going to start a server, and it's going to be for. I'm going to set up a Patreon, so you'll have two choices as to how to get in. For the Minecraft server, and that would be either be a regular here, which I'm going to start doing regular status people here, be a subscriber here, or donating at the lowest Patreon level, and that'll get you into the Minecraft server. And I think we're just going to do a vanilla Minecraft server. We're not going to go into any mods or anything. That'll keep the resources down the most, and that means the cost is the lowest for me. Like I said, I've really got to keep this down in cost. Oh. What did we done hook it? We got a chub. This is our first chub of the series. 1.1. That's not a bad chub, guys. Oh, for this telestick, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, Sky. So like I said, yeah, you're already a regular here. You wouldn't have to contribute anything unless you just, again, if you wanted to. But yeah, I think I'm going to make it a channel points thing, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Where you can use so many channel points and you can get in, or you can You can subscribe, or you can go through the Patreon. But I'm going to try and actually get a server, not one of the free ones that I have to keep on myself. You'll play? All right. I will try and get that set up for... I'm assuming you're talking about Minecraft. Hey, a crayfish. Nice. I'm going to try and get that set up by Thursday stream. And yes, Sky, on Monday, we will be doing Rocket League, and you can watch how terrible I am at a competitive game, which is really going to bother me because of how competitive I tend to get. No, so Angus, that's what I was just saying, is to keep the costs down so I can get a actual server that has all the, you know, things running in the background. I want to make it an actual server that stays on all the time. If I do a free server, I have to leave my computer on, or we have to leave it populated all the time. I know, Sky, but no, we're gonna jump into some competitive games. We're gonna ruin my chances of ever being competitive in that game. I'm gonna be the party leader so that we can get into some bronze, like lowest level bronze ones. But no, for Minecraft, guys, by all means, if y'all want to join in, any one of those three options, I'm gonna have the channel points option on here shortly. Here, probably even tomorrow, I might have it up. And it's not going to be a lot. It's just going to be basically, if you've showed up for 3 streams and watched most of it, you'll probably have enough points. By the way, Sky, I don't know where Acacia is, but I owe her a competition, and we're running out of time to start it. It's probably going to be a Tuesday. I mean, a Thursday comp. She's probably working on school stuff, which is fine, and I'm sure she'll join in on the Minecraft as well. I've only got 4 flies left. I need to go buy some more. Yeah, Amir. So that's the thing with that. If somebody gives you baits, by the time you get to, say, level 30, when you get baits, you buy baits by the hundreds. And if you don't buy them, you make them by the hundreds. All the crafted baits, I can tell you for certain, if I don't have 600 of them, it's because I skipped it in my crafting, harvesting bait tree. So all these, I probably have hundreds of them. Oh, I still got a point. Okay, so I'm going to go on and add 1 to here. Hold on, wait. Where's my bottom fishing? Do I have all the... No, I don't have simple bottom rig. There you go. Uh, Mir, I'll take I'll take a screenshot of my inventory sometime. There's so much bait. There's so much ground bait. Ground bait's the one thing like it irritates me. Because I have ground bait that I'll never use again. I've made so much of it, whether it be for a lot of it, I've thrown it away if it's just for grinding. But ground bait, like if you're doing one of these competitions, we had chub ground bait for one of these competitions. It was chub, dace, and I forget what the third one was. But I have so much chub ground bait on it that I'll never use again. I don't want to catch chub. So, and to be completely honest, it didn't really work that well. Let's put this down at 1 meter. I don't think it was Tinch. No. It might actually, yeah, you're right. It was Tinch. Yeah, Angus, you were on my team on that one. You're right. It was Tinch Chub Jace. And I got a trophy Daze, I got a trophy Chub, but I never did get at the trophy Tinch. That was the one that everybody else got. Like first. I worked so hard for a trophy chub, and then as soon as the competition ended, I went to Bear. I was like, you know what? I'm going to Bear. I'm going to go catch some carp. First thing I did was throw the, what was it, cheese over the reeds over there. What is it, 55-33 or whatever it is. The first thing I get is another trophy chub on cheese. I think that day is the one that I literally shut down the computer and I was like, I'm done. I'm done for the day. You hook something big in the 17 hole at Tunguska. Yeah, that's probably going to be a Taman. I guess it could be a Nelma, a big Nelma. But it's probably a Taman. You know, there's supposed to be Tinch at Tunguska, and I've never caught one. Hey, my trophy chub during that competition was right against that sticks right there. Okay, this music is very on point. I can tell you that much. This game is definitely that exciting. The pace is right on point. I've got to change it. It's all right. There we go. finding it really hard that we're not getting, or really weird that we're not getting more bites at night. So we've got red worms. So during the day we were getting okay bites. Here at night we weren't. So let's move slightly. I know it's about to get daylight again. Maybe I should have switched to trying to get dace. I'm gonna go to 13 meters on this one. It's a random number, but just something a little further out there. We'll see how it goes. Oh, we're in the wrong button. Let's put a caster on 1 meter deep. Maybe we'll get us a roach or maybe even another chub. The only thing I can catch on Tunguska right now, Mr. Angus, is Arctic char. I don't know what it is lately, but that's all I can get. I don't care what lure I use, what bait I use. For some reason, my RNG is just like, you're getting Arctics. Even up in the little stream on the side. All right, a little white eye brim. Not terrible. I didn't realize we had 35 fish. Let's take a look at our net. So we were getting fairly consistent bites over there for a little while. And then we moved and we got more inconsistent, and more inconsistent we got towards the night. All right, we're gonna let this float all the way over to the stick. I know we could go here if we had like proper brim or like night crawlers and stuff like that. If we had like, what do you call them? Garlic dough and stuff like that, we could get some brim out of here. I know you can get brim and white brim here in this 2 meter hole. Let's set this down right there. I need this thing to go on and just take off. We need one last huge fish to fight for an hour. Hey, Mage got him a trophy white brim. Hey, a bleak at a meter deep. Gonna talk about something not expected. There you go. A bleak, a meter deep on a caster. Like nothing in that says bleak. So we're getting a couple little nibbles here. Gonna watch him a little bit. There we go. What are you pulling up out of here? Is it another bleak? It's another bleak. That deep. That's so weird. This is not the location. This is not how you normally fish for bleak, guys. Anybody, I know most of you got, everybody here has been around for a long time. You know what bleak normally bite on. They're biting it this deep of water. On flies. Maybe bloodworms. But here we are at a meter deep, and that's 2 bleak back to back. At a meter deep with a caster. This is a dace setup, 100% dace. If we get another one, I'm going to be kind of going crazy. There it goes. I don't know what it is, a roach. Okay. Double sweet dough. Okay, well, it's going to be a long time before we can go get sweet dough. And it will still be quite a while before we get to level 12 anyway. I say that. We could probably, if we get a good bite, we can get there next stream. Now, once we get to 12, I'm gonna go over some basic stuff, but that's gonna be the end of this tutorial playthrough. Now I might use this account for doing tutorials on the lower end stuff still, but you have over 30,000 sweet dough. Sky, I'm gonna guess and say somebody gave you some. I know you can make a lot. Hey, 2 trophies in one stream, a trophy Ruffy. There we go. I would not have thought that was going to happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, and a nice white brim right behind it. I think we're in a good spot, guys. It may not have been the most consistent overnight and all, but hook size, let's see. With this one, it's a size 14. Now you can catch roughies with a 16 just fine. 14 I think is a little big, but, and on this one, we've got a size 8. That was on the white brim. And we missed whatever fish this was. Intro, if you want to get a trophy roughy, come here, find out where they're at, and just fish over and over and over again. I wouldn't do bottom rig. I'd use a telescopic, but Belaya is where I would go. That's where I got all mine. To be fair, I know Belaya, or I used to know Belaya. I spent probably 2 months there, and that's no joke. I mean, 2 real months. All right. But yeah, I got probably 4 or 5 trophy roughies in a night when it was working over at Belaya. The thing about Belaya is, if it's a fish and it's there and it's biting it all, you're gonna catch a bunch of them because there's not really many places for it to go or for them to bite. And there we go. Yeah, Belaya. There was a place on the. Always get it backwards. I think it's actually the south end of the island because I think the water flows from the south to the north. But it was. There's a little bit of grass just sticking up out of the water over there. I would throw over it at 60 centimeters at night with red worms and either a size 24 hook. Oh, look at that nace. That's going to be a nice little payday for us. I'm the king. I haven't caught 3 trophies on my main account in one sitting. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I gotta bring this down here so it'll flow over to that stick. They are. So we got. By the way, welcome, Acacia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have some news for you that you're probably gonna like. We got a gudgeon, a roughy, and a bleak. What's really funny is if I go now to, where's my statistics? Okay, it moved. Trophies, nothing, mosquito, and these are the only 2 lakes we have. Bleak. Oh, it's not even a card here. There's not even a roughy card. I can go here. Bleak, gudgeon, roughy. All one sitting. All right. So It has been decided that in addition to the community eco server, which obviously there's not many of us that play. I say not many of us, it means I'm the only one apparently. Apparently there's a lot of people that want to get into a community Minecraft server. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start a community Minecraft vanilla server. We're not going to do mods for now. If we do mods, it'll be later on. But I'm wanting to keep it as cheap as possible because I want to make it a legit server. So that means that it stays on all the time. You can jump in whenever you want. I don't have to turn it on every day and turn it off and all that. In case you... I'm already sitting back as much as I can. Maybe I can sit up more. I don't know. Okay, I'll give you the good view. I can't do that without laughing. Let's be honest, there's no good view of me stretching. Oh, fish on. Hey, it's another white brim, and that one's getting close to good size. So the trophy white brim size is 800 grams. If we can get an 800 gram white brim while we're here, I will say that we are fully on successful. I might have to change accounts. No joke. But yeah, so there's going to be 3 ways that I've decided that you're going to have access to the Minecraft server. So method 1, this is the only free method. Oh, Angus. Come on, buddy. Not during my tutorial. How am I supposed to avoid that? If we're gonna have channel points, that's the free method. It's gonna essentially be if you're around here for 3 days and watch most of the stream, you're gonna have enough points to get into giraffe. If you're here for 3 days and watch most of the stream, you're gonna have enough channel points to get in. Okay, that's gonna be the free method. The other methods are gonna be I'm starting up a Patreon, and I'm gonna have the lowest tier. I don't remember how much it's gonna be, but I'm gonna make it consistent with how much I get out of the Twitch stuff. So it's probably gonna be about $3 or so. That's going to be one of the paid methods where you can support me and support the server. You know, the other method is if you're a subscriber here, you're going to have access. But there's a caveat to all of it. You have to be a member of my Discord. That's how I'm going to keep track of it. So subs, Patreons, and channel points. So you're already a subscriber, you already have access, and as long as you're in my Discord, that's how we're going to kind of keep track of it for now until I actually learn how to do everything better. Because I am, by all means, guys, I'm not an administrator of anything. I'm terrible. Eco World is still going to be free, unless we get too many people. I don't know anybody that plays right now. I need 2 or 3 people that play that game. It's so much fun, but playing by yourself is going to take a long time. I did play for a little while longer, Acacia, yesterday. Long after everybody left. And I learned how to get skill points on there so that I can get a little bit further in the game. If you sleep, apparently it passes time faster. And so you can get your skill points up. So I unlocked a couple different sections. I got to carpentry, so I can start skilling that level up. But I need somebody to jump in and be like a cook, and I need somebody to jump in and be kind of a miner or a hunter or something like that. Fisher. Yeah, we could actually use a fisher in the community. But all in all, we're that thing's going, oh my god, another bleak at this depth. I can't believe it. Louis, thank you a lot, bud. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to my stream again. I'm glad people liked it. It's not a whole lot of editing to it. The other ones might have a lot more cut out because there's a lot more dead space. The higher you go, obviously, there's more dead space in the middle between catches and such. But oh, it's still there. Another bleak at 1 meter deep. Guys, I think the game is broken. It's given me 3 trophies today, and I'm catching bleak at 1 meter deep. Louis, I have no idea what you said. I don't know what I did that was funny, but I'm glad you thought it was funny. Wait a minute, I did? I'm not at Winding Pond, no. No, Acacia, that's not that word. That's a different word. That's a verb. He stopped me from saying a noun. And I just screwed up that. Wait a minute, you're making 700 an hour. You're kidding, right? How... Buddy, go to my Discord, please. Tell me how you're getting that, because I can't get anything. Winding is the best spot for bleak usually. I can't, I mean, I'm not getting consistent bleak. I get it, a lot of other stuff. But I actually did this for dace, thinking maybe I'd get dace and some chub. But I'm only getting bleak at 1 meter deep. $149. It's not quite 700, but that's still. Angus? No, you're lying. All right, I'm going to need both of you. If y'all are making anywhere, I don't even care if it's over 300 silver an hour. Can you please, please, please go to my Discord into the trophy section or something, and please post what you're doing. I can't catch anything. Joe, head over to the dirt to the right. Okay, 1 second. Let me set this down and get this real quick. Packages do I got? I don't have any packages supposed to be delivered today. But yeah, just drop some, because I can't catch anything right now, and it's really frustrating. That's one of the reasons I haven't been really in the game that much. I was waiting for the next... I'm sorry, Louis. No, Louis. Oh, wrong one. At Louis space 1. All right, can you talk again, Louis? Say hi if you can. Oh no. And my line is torn off. Great. How much do we lose? Everything. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Guys, this is absolutely the problem with the new snagging system. There is no way to unsnag yourself. If you're at lower levels, it's just infuriating. Wow. I have no way of getting it now. MK Gaming, thank you for the follow. I really do. I'm sorry about the big rant right before you did that. Alt F4, but then you got to start over. You got to run back over here, get set up. That's time lost. That's a lot of time lost. I'm so irritated right now. As much good as this game has given me today. Yeah, I get it. It's annoying. The float just floated into these reeds over here and got snagged up and then broke off as soon as I pulled it up. And I know, Sky, you were telling me to come over here to the dirt patch, like over here. I know that if you come over here, you'll get bourbon at night, some brim. See, the problem is it was on telestick. I know, you can Alt F4, or you could, yeah. Again. Or change maps, yeah, you're right. It is, but you should have at least 1 or 2 tries when you're trying to unsnag it. I'm sorry, that's Even if it's not a game, I'm not just gonna yank it up as hard as I can every time I go to do it. Even the drag system on this game is consistent with, you know, how much gear you have. You know, if I lock the reel, you know, it's gonna like first come down and then it's gonna pull tight. Clip 20 and wet bread. Huh, okay. Sky, I'll keep that in mind. 1 second. What are you catching there with wet bread? No. I've played this game for a long time. The snagging system used to be completely different. So my main account is a 36 now? I don't know. I'm around there. You're catching brim there. Wow, okay. This is all recording for a tutorial. Really the lesson here is if you're float fishing, watch your float. Don't let it get into reeds and stuff. You can snag. I was planning on showing at some point getting snagged and how to get out, but they changed a lot of it. Bottom should be a big focus, yes, but that's the other thing. I don't want to tell people just only do bottom, because you're here to play a game, right? You do what you enjoy. I personally enjoy float fishing, to be honest. But I know that bottom fishing is where most of your money is going to come from consistently. Now, we have 3 bottom rods. We can just switch over. And we could just come in here and disassemble all this, and now we have gear for that. Let's see, clip 20. I don't know which one's actually going to work for here. For brim. But you're saying try wet bread. I'll throw it out there. We're going to run back and we're going to get a couple. We're going to sell the fish that we have. I did it again. So, Angus, on the next stream, I'll turn the volume up and you can just count however many of these I do. And you can hit me with as many troll sounds as you want for each one. You built your main from spinning at Mosquito. Wow, spinning is the one thing like I got into from Belaya. I didn't really do any kind of spin at all before Belaya. I just messed that up. I disagree, MK. So let me finish doing what I'm doing. So, as I just said, I've got bad ADD. I can only do one thing at a time. All right, my cameras are going nuts, and I have to check this again. Okay, I think my neighbor's dog got out, but they're out there getting them, so I don't have to swap up. Oh, I agree, MK. That without a doubt. Let me see. But that's the problem I see with most of the tutorials out there. So I was watching a tutorial the other day to kind of get an idea, like what maybe I'm missing from mine, right? And the tutorial started off and it said, first thing you do is you find crucians and gibbles and you catch those until you get your bottom rig, you start getting bottom rigs and you switch to brim. Or not brim. Yeah, brim. And then you catch those from various different water bodies until you're at level 28 or whatever. And then you just buy Narga, Caliber Alpha, whatever. And then you can go for carp. That was the only thing that the tutorial basically said. I disagree with that altogether. So when I started this, we started with looking for bleak, dace, white brim, anything you could catch with light gear, right? That's how we got up to level 9, or we got up to level 7 the first day, and 9 the next, or 10 the next day, I think. No, 9 the second day, and 10 the next day. And then 11 we got today. And then we started buying bottom rigs and stuff like that. So then we started doing crucians and gibbles. You spent 3,000 porridge on brim. Hey. It works. Don't get me wrong. It works. But here's my philosophy. If you come here and you start brim fishing, like we've got one rod now that's good for brim fishing, in my opinion. That's the starter feeder kit. Works great for brim fishing. If you get 3 of these, you're set for your feeder fishing for a long time. You can buy and upgrade if you want to, but that's all you really need for feeders. Yes, then you go fish for brim. I did it again. I did the verb. You can go catch brim, find the right spots, keep doing it. Brim, white brim, crucians and gibbles. You do that until you have get to level 12. 12 is where I start saying different. Now at 12 you can start getting into old bird, which means you can do more brim, or you can do tension, many other different types of stuff. Or your other option, because they made them the same level now, is Belaya. Now, normally I would tell people, Belaya, don't go there until you have a little bit of silver. Exactly. For your bottom fishing, absolutely, Louis. Get a carp rod and a decent reel. you can start carp fishing. But now at level 12, you can go to Oldberg and Belaya. At this, they both unlock at the same time. So another thing they changed, and I don't know how long ago you started MK, so I'm just generalizing, okay? They give you a Corona rod now with a spark. Now, it is not good. This is not a good setup for Belaya, but it is capable at Belaya. You'll need to upgrade your line. Preferably by then you can start getting into braided line and leaders. You want to get new line and leaders, and then you're going to change your lure. Once you do those three in that order, grayling and brown trout 100% is one of the fastest ways to grow, if that's what your point is, both silver and experience. Now, is it the absolute only way to do it? No. You can continue brim, and you can continue tench, and you can start getting into burbot and small carp, frogs, and everything else that you normally like to do. Whatever you want to do, right? But with that setup, what you can do is you can go to Belaya and you can do float fishing for, I said it again. You can do float for roughies and not days. Trust me, if you're going there for days, you're going to have a bad time. But bleak, roughy, maybe gudgeon on the other side, roach, and you can spin for chub and grayling and brown trout. At the end of the day, what you're gonna try and get 100% in all of them. Everybody tries to at some point. I'm going to switch this one to a red worm and just see how it goes. I don't think it quite got out to the 20 meters. Yeah. But I think that if you go to Belaya and you work your spin there, you're set up a little bit better for your skills for when you start getting into bulk and those bigger water bodies. Now, you'll need different gear completely when you go to Volk as opposed to when you're at Belaya. Belaya, you're going to want to incrementally increase your reel, your rod, or first your rod, then your reel, and then again, probably your reel again. But you should be bringing in enough, even with a spark and a Corona, to really steam engine your way into it. All right, you're gonna alert because the family needs to feed. And kids sorted so you can get some fishing going. Yeah, okay. No problem there, Louis. Get them kids sorted. Yeah, I think red worm is probably what we're gonna have to go with. Although a perch is not really what I was hoping for. I don't know why this is, like I already said this. Set your reel speed. If you're doing bottom fishing, set it to 50. We're going to go to red worm. We're going to use crucian gibble. We only have a few more left. Same thing here. Set the retrieval speed up so you're not just bouncing across the bottom and getting snagged on the bottom with ghost snags. Switch this to, you know what, we're going to do this one with Semolina. We'll change this one to a cage and put this gibble mix on. Okay, so we got something bigger. But this could be anything from a burbot to a catfish, so. But again, it could just, for what we have on here, this could easily just be a big gibble carp. Now, if we got a trophy gibble or crucian, guys, I'm done with my other account. I'm not joking. I have, I think 70, maybe 71 trophies at level 35. I'm at level 11. I've got 3. I don't think this is a catfish. It's moving too quick. And it's going back and forth. A catfish would be just kind of, you know, meandering along. Just slowly pulling one direction. Oh, it's okay. No. I'm mainly saying that for the tutorial, MK. I'll cut out a lot of this speech on it, but to be fair, if you're at Sura, you should have gear that catfish you can handle. You know, you're not gonna want to deal with big cats on an alpha or a caliber, but you can. You know, if you're patient, you can catch them. Somebody just got the weekly world record cat at 13.16 kilo on a telestick. Railsy. Leave it to Railsy. Destroyed your calibers and Nargas. Yeah. It'll destroy everything. My alphas, unless it is small enough that I can actually lock the reel, it'll wreck it. The problem is I always catch them when I'm spinning. So I don't have as big a leaders when I'm spinning as when I bottom fish. Again, sorry. I think we're past the hour. Come on. We're past the hour, right? I don't have to avoid the word anymore. Yeah, I never bottom. I never catch them on the bottom, hardly. Every now and then. Oh, both those rods are on too. Oh, I need to switch over to that stupid, that's a perch. That's a good sized perch. Okay. Now, granted, we only got a 2.2 kilo or 2.1 kilo line, so. Guys, it's broken. That's 4 different species trophied today. I'll just start transferring equipment over tonight, you know. Do you know how long it took me to get a trophy on my main account? I'll put it this way. I was at Belaya for a month, and I caught a trophy gudgeon. What happened to all my size 1 hooks? I bought some size 1 hooks. And here's a smaller perch. Alright, let's go and drink some of this tea. We got another big bite on Semolina this time. Yeah, I do need to start a trophy count. I mean, we got 4. Watch this be a gibble. Or a crucian. It's on Semolina, so it can happen. It's not. It is a Ide? Or is it? No, it's a crucian. It's not a big pancake, so it's not a trophy. What up, Draft?
Hello.
I've gotten 4 trophies in this sitting on my alternate account that I'm doing for the tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
You know the last time I got 4 trophies in one sitting? Never. I got 2 once, and I thought that was ridiculous. I don't know what that one was said, but if that was a get famous, these guys, they don't know. They don't know anything. I'm already famous.
Sorry. It said something about, hey, you want to get famous? Buy followers or something. Illegal.
Yep, that's one way to get your Twitch account completely shut down. Just in the off chance that that's a legitimate person that said something, let me open up my other thing. Nope, it's a want to become famous, buy followers, primes, and viewers. I tell you what, how do you buy primes? That's what I want to know. How can you make that profitable? Show the keep net 1 second, buddy. A little eye to throw on top of there. Trophies. Well, you know, we already sold 1, right?
Oh, by the way, I came in here to see what we're having for lunch.
Whatever you make.
We're gonna be streaming from now till when?
We got a gudgeon, a roughy, and a perch. You're getting closer to 90% spin. I got mine a little while ago, but yeah, it's a task. And over 90% is even more of a task. But that's the thing about spinning, is there's not really much to it. You're either doing it or you're not. intro, I have never caught a blue tag anything. And anytime somebody says go to Ladoga and you're going to catch something, I just have to throw that away because let's see, I have caught a total of 12 aquatic species of any type at Ladoga. I am, yeah, it doesn't work for me. Oops, sorry. You got a blue tag on your alt. See, that's the thing, Angus. I think that's what's really going on is when you go back and start over, you know some things. And so for the RNG, the better RNG stuff, you're sitting there going like, okay, well, I know I need to do this, this, and this. So you're doing it better than you were the first time. So those first few things, you're doing everything better than you did the last time you did them. And it kind of sets your RNG up a little more. All right, we've got 61 of the little critters. Let's go see what we can get for silver on this. We might be able to buy a second big bottom rig or feeder kit. I think that those starter feeder kits are really, I have to say that those are really good deal now. They didn't used to be. They used to come with these rods and a spark, and it was, yeah, you could buy those for 50 silver. It made no sense, but now it kind of does make sense. All right, let's check the cafe first. Do we have a single crucian? 189. We haven't caught a single crucian. 2 Chinese sleepers. We hadn't caught any Chinese sleepers. Perch, 5 perch. Want to make sure we choose the 5 smallest, because that's definitely not going to be 10 silver right there. So we got that one, that order. 1 kilo nace. No, our nace wasn't quite that big. 5 300. We got 3 white brim. Ooh, that's almost worth trying again to keep going. For 50 silver. This is where you make a lot of money, guys. If you really want to learn how to make the most silver possible, come here when you first start out. Learn how to catch each one of these independently. You'll be setting yourself up later. If this is somebody sending me something, I really wish you didn't. Oh, the old spinner? Okay. I have one. You can get it for free. Okay. Thank you there. You have my name now. Don't send me anything, Sky. All right, so we're looking at 140 silver plus the 11 that we already have. Guess what that means, guys? In one sitting with the extra bottom rod. Now, granted, we did catch some of this with the the telestick. And we kind of need to replace some of the gear on it. We got enough. We got enough to come over here and get a second kit. Not this one. There we go. Now, the only thing we don't have is a good line. So let's... Why can't I disassemble this? Oh, they're in the water still. We're not holding it. All right. Let's run over here. Let's get this. I've actually gone over my time, guys. If you can, do me a favor. Find whoever's the next streamer that you want to go and hang out with. And I'll drop you guys off at them after we get all this stuff. We'll get set up for the next time. Again, I don't want to finish this tutorial series until we get to level 12. But I think with 2 good feeder kits, that we're on our way. Uh-oh. Which one is on? There we go. Set the hook on him. Bring him on in. And this is definitely the one that we're gonna swap out. It's a little brim. Not even worth half a silver. So let's... Okay, so it's not that one, it's this one. Disassemble all that. Where's all our hooks? So we got... Okay, so we have still the 2 large hooks. Okay. Go to the feeder kit, unpack that. Can't return that to the store, I understand. Let's say this over to number 1. Put that in number 2, and then the active one here is number 3. So uh-oh, you just subbed? Mir, thank you, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Man, y'all are making my day. With all these trophies and everything, that's just the icing on the cake, guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, Mir. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I hope to be able to help you out a little bit in the future. And like I said, I will have the Minecraft server up, hopefully on Thursday. That's probably going to help me pay for it right there. And I will have the Patreon up. If you don't want to waste, I know that the Twitch is kind of expensive for some people. If you want to go a different route with it, I'll have the Patreon up. Or if you just hang out in here, you'll have a free chance to get into the server if you want to. Okay, well, thank you, bud. I really do appreciate it, guys. I want to say thank you for everybody that's been hanging out this whole time. It means a lot to me. I know that y'all could be hanging out anywhere. You decided to hang out with me. Some of you came from Whiskey Stream. I am really appreciative that you hung out this long. Guys, like I said, I've got the Eco multiplayer server up and going right now. You're welcome 100%. If you want to join, message me in my Discord. Exclamation point Discord if you don't or if you're not already a member. We will have the Minecraft server up. That one will be paid through different means. So either Patreon, subscriber here at Twitch, or through channel points, which I'll have started on Thursday, hopefully. If you want to see a little bit different, what do you call it? Different content. Monday, we're gonna have Rocket League. Then that's probably only gonna be the only day of Rocket League, unless there's just a ton of you guys show up and then it kind of blows up. Maybe we'll stick with it, but that'll probably be the only day of Rocket League for a while. Then Wednesday and Friday, I have Football Manager 21. It's a game I really enjoy. I hope, maybe some of you guys wouldn't mind. I like to come up with stories on it, and if you don't mind helping, I like inputting your stories into each person too. So let me know by showing up if you want to, and if you don't, then we'll figure out what we have to do to change stuff around. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is from 1 to 4 my time. So for England, it will be 7 to 10. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do Russian Fishing 4. That's not going to change anytime soon. Guys, check out the YouTube video. Drop a like on it. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell. I really hope to have another one up today. They won't all be the same, but we'll try and get as much good knowledge in it as possible. Guys, if there's no suggestions, I'm going to look to see on Twitch who's streaming right now. I'm going to drop off of here so I'm not just doing this off stream. Not that I think you guys would care. All right, there's Poonie, Bunny are both on. Who else? Poonie, Buddy, Bunny, M-Dog, and Raging Farm Boy. I think, well, actually, Bunny, I think, just got off. Oh, Bunny's doing Apex Legends. Okay. I'll keep you guys with the Russian Fishing crew then. We'll go over to Poonie. He's a nice guy. He'll keep you entertained. He's one of them silly Caribbean guys, Hope you had a good time, guys. If you're not already followed, please do so. I'd love to see you next time. Have a good one. And I'm out.
Blade and Soul Revolution. Pre-register now.
But not by that much to justify me using it. How's it going, Big Joe? Welcome, Raiders. What's in an ad? Wait, what? You got an ad on my stream? I don't have ads. Yeah. This is what I don't get about those ad things. I made sure I went into those things and make sure we turn it off. I don't even click on the run an ad, pre-ad thing. I don't even do that. Click on it. That's weird though. And would you believe any stream that I go to, I do not see ads? Was they good at? I never know I had. Must be regional. It could be. That's the only thing I could think of. Ooh, that's a short ad. Ooh, 4.7. Just under the one that I have.